live-ish again from behind the fourth wall in beautiful North Hollywood. I think I saw a homeless person taking a shit a couple blocks away.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's a police station down the street. Plastic bags everywhere. It's just gorgeous. I do like California. I feel bad being that guy.
It's hard not to shit on it a little bit, though.
Yeah. So I'm going to be having a guest, but she's running late. I don't know what she was doing.
Typical woman, my God.
Bitches. I feel terrible saying anything bad because she is far superior to my comedic ability.
Oh, she's a bad motherfucker, yeah.
She's so fucking funny.
We were talking about her on the last podcast, right?
She was that. I saw her in Salt Lake, and she was one of the, I guess you could consider an open micer still. She's one of those comics that I saw at an open mic, and I gotta step my fucking game up.
Yeah, she'll do that to a lot of people. She's fucking crazy.
You know how you have to watch people learn from what they do rather than be like, I need to be like that.
Yeah,
like that was one of those lessons where I ate shit at that mic, and it's a horrible mic. Oh my God, it's in this bar. And nobody pays attention, of course. And then she went up and she had 10 or 12 minutes and she just murdered. And it wasn't even a fucking show. It was a mic.
Yeah.
And so everybody was just like, oh, God.
I know. That's one of my favorite things about moving here is seeing people murder in rooms you shouldn't be able to murder in and then going, okay, well, I'm clearly just fucking around.
Oh, do you mean like me at Page 71 Lounge?
Did you tear the butthole out of that place?
I don't know if I really did. I was able to get everybody's attention by telling them that they were sitting in girls' finger juice. So
did you get that mass text to be in the show again?
No. I thank God that guy doesn't have my number.
Oh God. I wasn't sure who it was. I guess it was that real tall dude.
Yeah. Hey.
Hello, Doyle.
Where this is the guest. It's Ellen Doyle.
Oh my God, how amazing.
Yeah, we're already recording.
Can you believe that I had a drunken experience last night and then am late because I had to go to therapy? Train wreck woman.
Did you have to was it like an emergency meeting?
Yeah, I had set it up because I was like, which person should I set on fire first? And I was like, you should go talk to someone.
Are you planning on burning people? What?
I feel like I want to bring it back.
Yeah. Bring back burning?
Bring back burning, yeah. Bring back burning.
Now I just feel judged because I can't afford a therapist here, and I'm wondering what I'm doing wrong.
Here's what I did, and I feel like it's the most LA thing I do. Like, I make fun of people that are like, I want to get a juice, and I'm like, I'm so East Coast. What are you talking about? Yeah. But then I'm like, my therapist. But what I did was I got one while I still had money and developed a relationship with her, and now she kind of like feels bad if I'm like, I'm losing my mind. She's like, just come by.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Sexual favors is what I'm saying.
Oh, perfect.
I've been having sex with a person who gives me advice. Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't know that you could actually do that. God, it gets you a long way.
Oh yeah, sex gets you a long way.
Sex gets you so much. Yeah. You got to use it more. You just got to stop being picky and being like, what can you offer me? You know, why is everyone always got to be committed?
Somebody asked me the other day if I wanted to make $10 outside of a Ralph's. And,
see, no, that's not fair. That's too low.
So first of all, I knew I went down in stock when I moved here, but I didn't know that I was only worth $10. And he saw me pull up in a car, and he was on a BMX bike that was too small for him.
Maybe all he had was $10 and just really wanted your mouth.
Maybe.
What? Are you sure it was mouth and not butthole? This feels overmodulated, by the way.
I don't know.
This mixer fucking blows, or this headphone jack does. So I'm gonna turn you down a little bit because you're powerful.
I don't know if it was anything having to do with anything sexual. It could have been a drug-related thing, like
$10 still seems,
or a ride or something. But it seemed like he underbid me.
Yeah,
which is upsetting.
Well, I mean, $10 for a $10 sexual favor is like high-fiving someone I would never have sex with.
Yeah, you can get like
I know that like I was like, that's so not sexual.
Yeah,
but it's kind of just like, oh, that I'd give you a hug. It's like a $10 sexual favor.
Or like maybe like gently rub your wrist, like for like.
Yeah, I'd hold your hand for a few minutes, maybe. You know, like.
I think Hannah said she.
I didn't realize how much of a slut you were, Travis.
I know,
I would hold your hand for a few.
Yeah, that seems like
something
that would make
intimacy.
someone.
Then you immediately have to do anal.
He said he would send a nude.
I'm single.
He said he said he would send a nude photo for some snacks last time. I think was the bar.
Oh, me? Yeah.
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 Wait, you were gonna send Pete a nude photo?
No, we were talking about
what you do for nudes, I believe.
Yeah, the last girl was like, "I'll do it for like $20." I was like, "You sure you want to say that? Because people are gonna hear this." And she was like, "No, never mind." And Travis was like, "I'd do it for just some like snacks."
Yeah, dick pic for like
I'll send nudes for $250.
It is Ellen
set the
Doyle
price high.
is her name.
You can Venmo me at IO Ellen Money. That's the real handle.
that
you just
really
Venmo me in
Venmo,
general.
isn't it?
Yeah, I changed it because it's clever, right? And it's helpful to IO Ellen Money.
Somebody has one that's like the continent Africa. I can't.
Ooh, I like
Is that a guy? Because I
Yeah.
see that come through the fourth ball Venmo all the time.
Yeah,
and I'm like, who
it's
the
a dude
fuck?
who does open mics, and his Venmo is the continent Africa.
What's his name?
can't remember.
He's
He's
a
in
Hollywood
my
guy. I've never
career,
seen
so.
him here.
Whitey white guy. Yeah.
Yeah, very white guy. Yeah.
Fucking figure.
Is-
We did colonize that continent, though, so.
we
That's
did.
true. Maybe
did.
he's a Brit.
We weren't the only
Fucking
ones.
British.
But, okay, so how long have you been doing comedy?
Over 4 years.
Over 4 years. That's it? I gotta quit. I gotta quit doing this.
What does that mean?
Because you're good. You're very funny. I was just saying before.
I've performed my whole life, though. Like, I feel like I'm just kind of shifting into, like, I was a dancer, which is hilarious. Like, I did theater and improv. Like, you know, I've been on the stage since I was 2 years old.
On the stage.
Been on the stage. Why did you say
I'm an attention whore.
No, I just like when people, I don't know.
Is this camera thing on? Because my boobs are out.
It is.
And now I'm a stripper. See, it's like I just switched out of comedy. I offered $250. Here's the thing: is like I realized that just when you start becoming a whore for performance, like I was judging somebody. What the fuck were they doing? That was just like, oh my god, like how could you possibly do that? And then I was like, Ellen, you once flash mobbed to promote Coors Light. Like that was your performance, shitty
Where was
fucking
this?
job.
Was that here?
It was in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Like they
cool.
needed
That's
to know
Saturday.
more about Coors Light. Like they weren't already drinking it.
That's so funny.
But I got paid in Coors Light, and I would usually make like $40, $45, like in the night to flash mob genre dance. Like it's like fucking. You just got to clowns. You're fun too, though.
I'm fun.
Funny.
You do something up there.
Everyone
get up
thinks
there.
you're nice,
You
Pete.
dance.
No, I think you're
you make a
funny.
lot of movement.
How long have you been doing it?
It'll be a year in June.
Oh yeah, then you're fine.
So, well,
Yeah, that's what I said. I just found that out a second ago. I
Yeah.
was like, well, yeah, you're doing great.
He said he thought I'd been doing it 10 years, which made me feel cool.
I thought you said that once, but I believed it.
Somebody told me that I should lie
I'm
and tell
bad at
people
math.
I've been doing it for longer when I moved out here, and I was like,
Ah.
why would I do that?
No,
I
I think it's
set
a
me
way
back.
bigger compliment
Yeah.
if you've been doing it less time. I wish I could say I've been doing it a year.
Me too.
That's
Yeah,
odd,
that
you know
that
what I
would
mean?
actually help you.
Just
a
a
lot.
year, and be like, wow.
What if my growth just stunts in June, and then all of a sudden people are like, how long have you been doing this? And I'm like, 6 years.
Well, it's an ebb and flow adventure is the thing.
Yeah.
You know, because like I just experienced one of like the worst bombs in my career a couple of weeks ago. And it was like it like hit me where I was like, man, it's happening. And then it
Oh, yeah.
and like you know like when you bomb anyway, like it hits you and you're like fuck, but like it hit me and I shut off like and was just kind of like ride it to the ground because it was a
Yeah.
competition. So it was like as soon as I started failing,
Oh,
I
that's
was
the
like, you're
fucking
not gonna
worst.
win. And so then I just like stopped, and that sucked because that was the wrong thing to do.
I think I vowed to not do competitions anymore like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Because
I'd be
Because,
terrified to
but I
do a
mean, the thing that I
competition.
do like about it is
I
that
hate it.
sometimes you need to be thrown back into your head like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, to get to this reality of being like, yeah, sometimes it still sucks. That's actually the fun of comedy,
That's
which
true.
people don't understand. Is it's
Yeah.
like all these failures, all these things that you're like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself, and when
Mm.
you actually don't do it, it's funny. I mean, sometimes you do, it's
Yeah.
not funny. R.I.P.
Yeah, it's you know what the worst part is I told my wife the other day that like she's like, I hope I don't if we get into a fight and then you go to a mic that it doesn't put you in your head, and I'm like, I do better. when we fight. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
angry.
Yeah, no, I need someone to
Every
get in a
time
fight
it's
with me, and then I will destroy.
Yeah, it's the
If
weirdest
I'm
thing.
too laid back or if I'm too happy, sometimes it'll fuck me up. So sometimes
Do you get cocky?
I don't get cocky anymore because I've shit the bed enough to know better.
Yeah. No,
Like-
you can't get cocky.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll go up there and just sometimes most of the time now I just try to empty my head completely. I have no notions
Yeah.
of success or failure because it's like, yeah, I've went up there and been like, I'm gonna crush this puss. And then just
Right,
fucking-
right.
I meant it just so
I'm like,
bad.
Oh, terrible. Yeah.
That Cabo Wabo mic I did the other night, it was I got heckled and I yelled at the guy who heckled me. Well, I didn't yell. I said something because I'm a very nice guy. But like if you heckle me on stage, I'm going to be like, hey, shut your fucking mouth. So he's this Australian dude who was sitting dead center, and I opened and I was like, I just want you guys to like me so much. And then he goes, we get it. And I go, hey, you should probably shut the fuck up while I'm on stage. And then I just kind of went about my act, and he sat there and went, and literally crossed his arms and pouted the rest of the time, and then he left after my set. So I had to like bring everybody up after, as Dane Cook said, like hitting the table or hitting mommy at the table. Or
Oh yeah.
yeah. So
I out of the gate in the Yoo-Hoo room one time, I didn't realize there was a comic in there who had fucking Tourette's. Something they should warn everyone about. And also, if you're a comic and you have Tourette's, sit outside. Maybe. I don't know. Because he just started yelling. And I was like, what the fuck's going on over here? I had to address it.
Yeah.
And then he just wouldn't say anything. And then everyone looked real concerned. And then I was like, just yell, I have Tourette's. And I'll be like, word. And then I'll move on.
This is a problem.
But then I just
Great.
bombed because I like threatened to basically fight a guy who had Tourette's.
Amazing.
what's his name? Jim. I always mix up his last
Some
name.
fucking super tall guy.
What?
He was super
Oh no,
tall.
no, no, no! I'm talking about the comic.
Yeah, so-
Jim and Sam. Jim. Fuck. The comic.
No idea.
The comic from New York. Yeah, dude, bald guy. Real.
Norton?
Norton.
Jim Norton.
Jim
Jim
Norton.
Norton.
Why do
Oh,
I
that's
always,
who you're
I
talking
always
about.
mix it up with Jim Jeffries. He said that whenever you hear somebody heckle, he likes to say what and then like repeat what they say back in case they are just like, I love you, and then he's like, oh, go fuck yourself. And he's
Yeah.
like, I was just saying I love you, and then like,
Because I
I feel like
heard.
anytime you talk to the crowd, you should always repeat back what they say because
Yeah.
no one else can hear it. So even if
That's
someone
true,
is
yeah.
just, if you're like, hey, what do you do for a living? And they're like, you're like, oh, cool. So you work with so you're good with kids. Like it's like, what did you just say? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's a pediatrician. Like you know what I mean? Like, so you should always say that, heckle or not. If you're gonna talk to them, you got to repeat it.
yeah, it was so weird. The host was like antagonizing the audience too, so they were all just kind of like, please don't say anything to me. So
Why would a host do that? It bugs the piss out of me.
it was so weird. It was a weird
At a mic?
thing.
It's
Yeah.
a Hollywood mic.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
trust
yeah.
Hollywood mics
I
anymore.
haven't.
Some of those people are out of their fucking minds.
I was at the Hollywood Fourth Wall last night, and just because I needed to run stuff and I couldn't get here, I was like, fine. And it's funny because it is the same business, but it's not.
Yeah.
And the host there said that she was up here. She was like, I was just at the North Hollywood Fourth Wall, and I was like, hey guys, haven't been back in a while. I've been hosting, I've been spending a lot of time at the Hollywood Fourth Wall. She's like, and everyone was like, boo.
Oh, yeah, I
She's
know what
like,
you're
is there
talking
a rivalry? And it's like, uh-huh.
A little bit, yeah.
Like I was like, when I go to the
Weird.
Hollywood Fourth Wall, I feel like I'm like a mom, like coming to her kid's slumber party and being like, I'll show you how cool thing is. Someone hold my dick while I do coke. Like people are like, what are you doing?
There's a lot of older people that come here and a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
like
newer
this.
people that go to Hollywood.
Yes, I think that's what it
coming
is.
To this
Yeah.
one because it's like
yeah,
I see
like
a
Hollywood's
lot of
new
people-
and young, and like here's just like we've been
Well,
doing
then this-
comedy too
This
long.
one comic, it was adorable because he was just like, how dare they say that? He was like, do they have a parking lot that they can go to a 7-Eleven? And everyone's like, yes.
Yes.
He's like, do they have a Korean restaurant? It's like, we got sushi. Like, it's just
I
like,
mean,
it
sort
is.
of, yeah, it's one variation of
Yeah, like it's
about
like it's the
thing.
same strip
Yeah.
mall. Like it's the
That was
same
that was
thing.
what was so funny when me and Joe were talking about the place. Like, and he was showing it to me. I was like, "Did you just search empty space by Korean food?"
But then also just
7-Eleven.
and then useless businesses around it
Yeah.
that you can't go to.
There's
'cause
a
it's
place
like,
next to Hollywood that I know is a jerk joint. It just says, "You know what I'm talking about? The place
Yes.
to the left."
Yeah.
I think it. I don't even remember what the sign says.
No, but no one is going into that building besides the fourth wall stage. And there's an apartment like above it.
Yeah,
Like
there's
people, I
a-
see people
yeah.
going there, but no one goes into the rest of it. So
Well,
it's like
there's-
it's just like a shady front.
It's real
I love
shitty.
it.
And it
There's
always
a
that
cafe
sign
that
always says open.
closes at like 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place, that's
It's so
obvious
fucking
front.
weird. Yeah, it's so
Right?
bizarre. It's one of those bougie coffee places. But
I know, I've
literally have
never
seen it
been
open
there
one
early
time.
enough to fucking get coffee at that place.
No.
And then
Like-
there's furniture and carnicerias, and that's it. And then a CrossFit. And
Yeah.
there's a CrossFit.
Oh, is it in the same complex? Or
No, it's like down the street.
Oh, that's right.
But like if you wanted to go get like a snack, good luck. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like other
Gotta
than
run
something
past
at
assholes
7-Eleven.
with fucking sandbags.
I got hit on and then almost immediately called ugly by a transvestite when I told her I was married. She asked me for a lighter.
Girls are mean.
She asked me for a lighter. And
You got to
then
embrace the whole thing.
I said I didn't have one, and then she drove by and she just goes, "Give me your number." And I was like, what? And she goes, "Give me your number." And I go, "I'm married." And she goes, "Whatever, fuck you, you ugly anyway." I was like, okay. You have a good weekend.
Wow.
That's one of the few
Like,
people.
it's not even like that you were like, no, I'm not giving you my number because I find you repulsive. Like, to be like, I'm married, to be like, you're ugly. That just seems like
You know what though? The only person those have been two people that called me ugly to my face after I told them I wasn't interested. And both of them
are
were
sitting right here. It was
Yeah.
me and Pete.
Yes, it was you and Pete. How dare you? No, both of them were transvestites or transsexuals or whatever.
Oh, so
Why
that's a
reject
part of
the-
the surgery.
I think so. Like they just start calling people ugly if they hurt their
She hadn't had the
feelings.
surgery. She was still guarantee you she hadn't had the surgery.
It's just still in the transformation
That's right.
process.
Yeah,
she
she
got her
was.
5 o'clock shadow, and she's like, "You ugly anyway," and
Yeah.
adjusts her tits. You're like,
Yeah, there was no.
that always feels good.
No,
Yeah, she
I
didn't
feel
have-
bad when it looks like they just started. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
it's like you got a ways to go.
There's a lot of 5 o'clock shadow. And,
Yeah.
It was just, I'm not judging, but it's just one of those things.
Oh yeah, if you've got more facial hair than I do, I thought,
Yeah. Oh, my God.
No, I rejected her twice, to be fair. I said I didn't have a lighter, and then I said I was married. And so it's
you
like,
ugly.
You ugly, fuck you.
Amazing.
Okay, let's see. What do you have stories in mind in particular?
Well, what happened yesterday?
Yeah. I
Well,
wanna
last
know
night
if you feel
I
comfortable
got
talking
stopped
about
and
it.
had to go through a sobriety test.
Oh shit.
Oh, fun. How'd that go?
I passed with a 0.54 reading. I didn't
Good
get
luck.
arrested. I was driving without my headlights on because I
Fun.
accidentally turned them off and didn't realize it, and I just left. And then a cop saw me, pulled me over, and I was even like, "Oh, this cop's gonna pull me over."
Fuck.
I was with I was with Josh Potter because we were coming back from Flappers. So I was even like, I get all sketched
you-
out. I'm like, I'm gonna get pulled over. He's like, "No, you're not." And then like the lights go off, and he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I didn't realize that my headlights are off. So I won, but I was like fucking. And they're like, "You gotta stand like this. You gotta do this." Like I was like, in my head, I'm like, "You have a 4-year bachelor's degree in choreography. I don't care how drunk you are. You can pass this shit."
Did you blow?
Ellen, use your core. Yeah, I fucking Yeah, I can totally do that stuff. I really
No, in blow. Did you blow in the?
I blew into it and I got a 0.54 and
That's
0.8
lucky.
is the yeah.
Yeah.
And he could have still given me a ticket for
Yeah.
the headlights. And it's like I feel like I got a little loose with stuff.
All right.
Because he was like, I was like shaking because it was cold and I was wearing a skirt. And I was like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "I'm just cold." Because he kept like, everything we're doing is like analyzing.
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'm just cold." I was like, and he was like, "Do you understand the question?" Like the way they fucking talk to you. So, and I'm like, "Yeah, I do." I was like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "I've also like never been stopped to go through a sobriety test."
Was it
And he
like
was
a-
like, "There's a first time for everything." So then after it was over, I was like, "Hey guys, thanks for letting me check that off my bucket list."
Just taunt them.
They like handed me my driver's license, and I was like, "Thanks, that was a great 15-minute experience. It was just like a ride of my life." And then I get in the car, and Josh is like, "What happened?" He's like, I was so anxious." I was like, "You're anxious? I just got a sobriety test." Like, you're just in the car. Like, nothing's gonna happen to you.
Can't he like not see either? So he's just like,
He can, but I mean, like, they pulled me aside anyway. He wouldn't have even.
Oh, okay.
I don't
I
think
just-
they'd let him drive anyway. I don't.
No.
No,
think
he'd
they'd
have to
give
get.
him a.
He was like, "I was gonna get an Uber."
He's blind
He's
in an
like,
eye.
I was trying to
I
think of
just
like,
think-
I'm gonna get an Uber and be like, "Bye, Ellen." And then he said, and I kind of love this, and this is for all the bitches out there because I didn't realize you could even do this. He was like, I was like, "Oh, I hope she doesn't like make me pay for the tow truck of her car because like I was there and she was like driving me." And I'm like, "Can you do that? That's awesome." I would never deflect that onto you.
I bet say that's fucked up.
defer your
But now
payments
it's
to the
like, yeah,
passenger.
anytime I have an issue with my car, I'm just going to fucking send the invoice to John. because he's afraid that I'm someone that would do that.
You'll be fine.
So last night I was not blackout drunk.
that's good.
I was mostly high though. That was the thing, and that's what always scares me because I did lie. He was like, "Have you been drinking?" I was like, "No," and I had like 2 beers, but I was mostly stoned because like I didn't want to be like, because if I was just being honest and high, I'd be like, I had 2 beers, but probably if I'm doing anything wrong, it's because I'm high. Oh shit, that's also illegal. Like, you know.
Well, the 2 beers thing, everybody says 2 beers also, so
right.
that means they'll.
You're better off
they'll
telling
analyze
them
you even
none.
More. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because then,
I said no, and then I had to like retract it because he was like, "It smells," and Joe was like, "That's me."
Oh, I've got my buddy out of a DUI by acting drunker.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we both got pulled over, and I was just like, "Hi, police officers!" And just kind of yelling at him. And they were like, "You got to get this guy home." He's like, "Thank you. My friend's irresponsible."
I know, it was terrible.
I got pulled over and got field sobriety 3 times before I got an actual DUI.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, so
I
you
had
drink and drive a lot is what you're saying.
I used to, yeah. I
Sounds
used
like a
to-
very
no, like,
dangerous.
When my mom was like, I can't believe you drove drunk. I was like, Mom, this is like time 1,000, and I actually
dude.
got caught. Like,
Yeah, my time was up when I got mine.
Yeah,
like
me too.
I
Fuck yeah.
I drove into cornfields and then back out of them in Ohio. like, whoopsie daisy, and then fucking right back in.
Yeah, no, then you
Cornfield.
deserve a DUI.
I deserved
You deserve to have a
one,
DUI.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I lived
yeah.
like a degenerate for at least 10 years and
Yeah.
I got one. So
Yeah.
I
So good. So I have like 3 or 4 like passing checkpoints before I actually
Should
get
be
one.
good.
yeah, I did 2. I did 2 before I got my DUI.
one of them was I got caught. I was with some friends in Vegas, and we got caught coming back, and they had a ton of ecstasy and Molly in their pockets
No.
and in their suitcases. And I'm the driver, so technically I'm trafficking
Right.
the substances.
Right.
And the cops pulled me over for my window tint, and then they like put me down on the wheel, and then they're like, "Okay, well, have you guys been partying, whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, the night before." So they could give me a DUI for the night before if they test me. And then they go in the car and they find like 2 grams of Molly and like 20 ecstasy pills.
Jesus, that's a
And
lot.
Rude. Yeah.
So he's like, "Sit on the wheel." And so I'm just sitting on the wheel, and I remember staring at just like the Arizona mountains being like, "I'm going to prison. I'm just going to prison." And then he goes, "All right, we're taking your friends, but we're not taking you. So just go ahead and drive safe."
So your friends are in prison now?
shit.
No, they went to jail, and then they got the charge completely dropped because he pulled us over for a secondary offense. So it was just this whole
Ooh, so
new-
yeah.
It was, and he was a new
He
cop.
probably didn't have the right to, or didn't get proper cause to search the car.
Probably.
Right.
He said he smelled weed.
Because I was underage and got caught with alcohol in the car, but they did it illegally. They like pulled us all out. We didn't know any better,
Hmm.
So weird.
and then everything got dropped. I'm like, why would you even do that? And
Yeah.
They just wanted to fuck with some kids, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was 19, but still, it's like they couldn't get us on anything. They were
Right.
all dropped.
Yeah. That's
Drinking is fun. Yeah.
It's a good time.
It's
It
good.
was.
I hope I never get a DUI because that was a horrific experience. But I do think that part of it, and this is something I'm real proud of, and I'm sorry you guys don't have it. I'm a woman. Like, I mean, part of me is just being like, I had no idea.
yeah.
I could play the dumb jock card that works sometimes.
No,
With
because you assume the dumb jock has been like crushing every empty of beer that he's hid like on his head, like,
But if you get the right white cop, he's a dumb jock too, and that's how I've gotten out of like certain tickets and stuff.
that's
Just be like,
certain.
bro, I didn't know.
Cops look at me
don't know.
basically like I'm a minority, I think, because
You're quite tan.
They're
you
like,
are very tan. Yeah.
I got called biracial at a mic the other day. That was cool. I was
That
like,
I would
is
have guessed
cool.
you had some other stuff in there.
yeah, I mean,
You
it's
know?
not anything super pronounced, but my wife thought I was like light-skinned black dude, and I was like, well, we need to move somewhere.
you need to, you need to
never
see
been-
the world.
you've
Yes.
never been
You've
anywhere
never
else.
met a black person, have you?
So, yeah.
I've seen the Cosby Show. Like, all right, we're gonna move. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, you need to meet a Puerto
You've
Rican.
got really straight hair. There's no way.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
I don't. It's curly. It's really curly.
Oh, really? You just gotta
just-
flatten that shit down?
Really straight hair. There's no
Um,
way.
What?
But cops-
I'm just saying.
Cops look at me. Also, they're like, he definitely has like an "all cops are bastards" tattoo on.
Oh
his
yeah,
shirt.
no. You do look like that. You fuck the police. You know, in like a raping way.
I'm so nice, and it throws
Yeah.
people
So what
off.
made you do this? Now mine.
Mostly parental neglect
Oh yeah, that's
That'll
what
do
you're going
it,
through.
yeah, that'll
and
do it.
bullying. Yeah. No, I love my parents, but my dad adopted a couple of kids when I was like 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom is with my stepdad, and they kind of just did their own thing and hands off. And I didn't have tons of friends because I was a fat kid. I got bullied.
Word.
My brother left for college. For college when I was like 14. But then I've also always wanted them. So
Yeah.
I
think I like
love
your
tattoos.
sleeves. Like I think they're cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm never gonna say I like neck tattoos. I think that you're not giving me the full story. But
I don't really know. I guess.
yeah, because your parents neglected you for so long that you had to go somewhere else.
I guess. I mean, I like my neck tattoos because now I'm like, well, I've fully committed to I'm gonna be something that doesn't have to do with a boss. And so it's.
But now you could probably get a job at like a dispensary.
I could probably get a job at Hot Topic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
or
no, I don't even think you need.
I don't know.
An application.
In Los Angeles, you can look
Serious.
like that and work wherever
It's
you
true.
want. That's
I have
kind.
a
It's
joke
like
about it,
certain. Yeah, it's certain parts of the country. It's like you could. You couldn't get hired at like a McDonald's in Salt Lake City, but like at a McDonald's here, like they're like, "You sure you don't want to go to
Yeah.
go to
There's
the corporate office?
It's not,
Why do you want to make
seem
cheeseburgers?"
overqualified.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Oh yeah, I saw a barista with a spider tattoo on her face, and I was like, "Word,
Yeah.
word."
Yeah.
That's cool.
The face seems like a lot.
How was the coffee?
It was decent at best. It felt like it was made with hate.
Yeah.
Oh, and what
Working
is
at
this
Starbucks
coffee shop? Can you plug it real quick? Because
I can't remember. It's on,
that's what I want my adrenaline
It's that
rush
tiny
to be
one on
from.
Tahunga. Can't remember. It's that way.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Tahunga, yeah.
Okay.
I know a lot of people go Tajunga.
No, I don't know. I don't know. And then yeah.
J's or
all
H's.
fucking stupid
Ja,
words.
ja, 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 ja.
Jeez, ja, 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 ja.
Ja, 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 ja. You're like,
Yeah, I guess it was just mostly I didn't get attention, and I decided to seek it elsewhere. But then also I just like the way they look. So it's.
I'd agree with you there too. I
Yeah.
just like them. I like them
Yeah.
a lot. That's why, like, if I had more money, I'd have way more.
Yeah, I mean, I like the ones on my neck and hands because it's just.
Is your chest entirely covered?
Yeah, most of it's covered.
Yeah.
I hate seeing. I mean, there are a lot of unfinished, but
Oh, so it's embarrassing to take your shirt off.
no. I mean, I've got a stupid fucking. You know.
This is how she talks men and getting naked, by the way. Be careful.
You've been lured in by Ellen Doyle.
The next
I know
question-
he's married. That's why he felt
The
so
yeah.
unassuming. Just be like,
The next question is take your shirt off, pussy.
taking off.
Do it.
Oh.
Show me your dick tat.
Speaking of, I don't have a dick tat.
Sack
I don't know.
tat.
No,
Dick tat.
I've always wondered.
I would fucking, and I'm sorry to cut you off, and this is for like anybody. If anyone knows somebody who has sperm tattooed on their nutsack, look me up on Ellen Doyle. I want to teabag the shit out of that. That would be amazing because I feel like that man
Dude, that's a
hates
pout.
himself.
That would hurt.
That
a
hurts.
Yeah.
That has to hurt so badly.
for sure.
The smiley face sperms.
Oh my god! But
If
I
that person
also-
doesn't exist, I'm hoping that like whoever I end up with,
Does it?
yeah, it's like a wedding anniversary. Like instead of like the silver 25 years together, here's a silver dish. Like I want him to be like I
How would
tattooed
you even
my
go about
sack.
tattooing that? Imagine you did it like.
That's what I'm. So like the.
He might have to be like put under.
I hate being touched like on my legs, and I hate being like it's like it makes me really weird and uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah. So I got my thigh tattooed,
Oh.
and I just remember having shorts on, and I pulled the shorts all the way up, and I was just like, "This is so fucking uncomfortable," because it's so close
Right.
Yeah.
to my dick. And then like now I would just all I wonder is like that dude has to hold your fucking dick in his hand.
Oh yeah.
And just be like
That part doesn't bother me.
Okay, I know, but it's weird as like a practice.
I
of,
think
like,
it's. Yeah, I think that's great.
And
That's
it's gonna stretch the skin. The shit's
that's-
wrinkly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you get. That's why like it's
it would
fine.
hurt so bad.
It would hurt real bad.
I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
Because
No,
they have
it's
to-
like, that's the type of man I'm looking for.
A man who can take
He's out there.
that much ball
He's
pain.
out there.
He's out there.
Oh, there's a picture online of a guy who tattooed his entire dick as a dragon.
Really?
Balls and all, yeah.
I've seen
Okay.
a dude with a cockroach on his dick.
See, I don't want a cockroach inside me, but a dragon seems cool.
Cucaracha. The dragon actually, it's the dude's
Fill
got,
me with your dragon. Like
the dude's got a hog too. It's a pretty fucking big dragon.
Jesus Christ.
Travis,
But the
don't
whole
be
thing-
gay.
But I'm allowed to be impressed with the size of a man's dragon.
Why is there not like a dick tattooed porn star?
That's a really good
Oh,
point. I don't know why
yeah.
this guy doesn't do porn. His dick's a
Do you-
fucking dragon.
Maybe you should quit comedy and do porn.
I mean, I got offered gay porn, and
Oh,
I'm
I'm
still
sorry.
holding out. Yeah, I'm still holding out for
For
the.
regular porn.
Yeah, I mean, it depends.
I was
on
thinking
the-
about it. I was talking to somebody who worked in porn
You can probably do
yesterday.
cam stuff too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's always an option.
Just
You're a niche demographic. You know what I mean? You can make a lot of money.
I could get on. Is chat roulette still a thing?
No, I think it's called.
think
I could get a premium
called
Snapchat.
Where's my dick? Yeah.
I just remember when chat roulette first came out. One of the worst pranks I ever pulled on someone was 2 of my friends fell asleep. Have you spotted the ants?
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's they're back.
They're
What do you mean they're back?
I get rid of them every year, and every year they come back
Oh Jesus!
Can I?
aggressively too. You can kill them if you want. I mean,
Um,
I can't really see them on camera, so it just looks like you're madly hitting the wall. For the people listening at home, Ellen Doyle is using a shoe.
I'm killing ants.
Yeah.
You know, like I saw. Anytime I see like a cockroach or like a big looking bug, I'm supposed to kill it, right? And like
Yeah.
I know that there's like some people that are like try to make me think that like insects have souls or something. But like I'm powerful, right? Like I should be able to show my power. Like if I didn't love, like that's why I get.
if it's vermin,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
a bug. People are like, oh, I don't kill bugs. I'm like,
I don't
fuck.
kill certain bugs. I don't kill spiders because they help with.
They kill the
insect
other little
population.
I will
Yeah.
fucking kill a spider,
I love
especially if
spiders.
it's in a place that's somewhere close
I've got
by.
a 5 feet rule.
I wouldn't kill a butterfly, but
Yeah.
it like if it was like being a dick. You
How's a
know,
butterfly? How's a butterfly a dick?
if it's acting like a moth.
Okay.
If it's
yeah.
a monster.
'Cause I will
I had a
kill a
butterfly
moth.
land on my head that scared me, and I murdered him on accident. I felt a little bad
Did you
about
feel
it.
bad? Because I've murdered
It
a
did,
ladybug
because it was
before,
really
and
pretty.
not,
Me
like,
too.
But it just came at
It was
me.
pretty, and it was. It's
Like,
not intentional.
aggressively.
Right, but it's like you're being like a dick bug. Like I'm like, "Rah!"
I
Yeah, I
found
know.
a moth that was.
I am human.
I've-
Don't you ever forget it. Top of the food chain.
I found a moth that was as big as my palm once.
It's a big
And
fuck. Oh, lunar
I,
moths. is
lunar
what those
moth.
things are.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
It was in the middle of the street, so I went and picked it
They
up.
fucking scared the shit out of me the first time I saw one. I was
Yeah,
like,
because
"Have
it's
you
like
heard
a bat or
Have you
something.
heard it
You're like,
flap?
flap.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
hear its fucking wings.
So
Yeah.
I picked it up and it started just flapping. It was just like
like
a
a moth
fucking
or a dude.
helicopter, and I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
I thought I was tough. I'm not.
yeah.
I'm afraid of this one.
And it felt like I was holding like 2 ounces of something. Like I'm just like, oh god.
There was one time I just threw out a guy, and this crazy homeless guy that came here to Fourth Wall, and I basically chased him down to 7-Eleven. He finally got out of here, and then I can't remember which comic, but they're standing next to me, and then a mouse runs out from underneath the propane
No.
tanks and runs over my foot.
No.
And I went from like super tough to woo! Like,
No.
no. It
No.
just scared the shit out of me. It was-
That is one of the like. That's one of the things I like about the other Fourth Wall is that I know that there's rats at this one currently.
yeah,
I have to at least kill the ants just so that rats don't fall on my head or something.
There are pigeons at the other one. You can hear them when you're doing your.
yeah.
I swear
I
to
have
God,
heard them,
when
yeah.
you hear them
Yeah.
doing, if somebody is not getting laughs or if they're building up
Yeah.
a story, you just hear.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah,
It's just like the crickets.
it's the best part is if you're bombing, you get to bomb even harder. So it's just like, just let
Yeah.
my soul die a little bit.
oh, good.
more.
I hear the birds. Yeah.
And then you hear the babies too, which sound like something's dying. I don't know if you knew that baby pigeons sound like, any other baby bird being choked
I
to
have a lot of
death.
pigeon fun facts, Pete, but you do. I don't know if you
there's some
know.
there's some woman who goes there who dresses like Paddington Bear. Like she just
Oh, that girl. Yeah,
she looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
a Pottery Barn teddy bear.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't
her
know who you're talking
her wardrobe just looks like that of a Pottery Barn boutique.
Is she
teddy
a
bear.
brunette girl?
She is.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
she
I've
hangs
seen-
out with British people.
Yeah. I think she actually came here the other day for the first time to the North Hollywood location.
She's
I was
very
like, you
nice.
look too adorable to be here.
She's very nice. And
I think you should leave.
she which was that an ant?
Yeah, I'm listening.
And she said something. She was wearing some hat that looked like a Jurassic Park hat, and then some matching brown jacket. And then she said something about pigeons. And I got on stage and I was like, when you said that thing about pigeons, I was like, she better know pigeon facts if she's wearing that fucking hat. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like you look like an ornithologist. You
Yeah.
need to wear that.
That's
So,
right.
okay. Tell me a story about, because I don't know. I feel bad if you have something that's embarrassing that you don't want to tell, but I also don't feel bad for the sake of a good story.
I mean, I am a fun drunk.
She is.
Yeah. There was one time that was fun. I punched my ex in the face. That made him mad. Grow up.
I've been that ex.
I was that blackout.
too,
I
yeah.
do not remember. I believe him. But then it's like he broke up with me, so I was like, well, maybe that's why he broke up with me, but like I don't remember it. But then also I was like, but what a hurtful thing to say that possibly didn't happen. Who knows? The relationship's over. But no, I was raised, you know, like I'm Irish Catholic. Like, I mean, we're supposed to be this drunk, and I don't stop is the problem. Like, I don't have thresholds, and that becomes an issue. And I'm getting better with it, but like,
yeah, Catholics have been hammered for like 2,000
yeah,
years.
it's like if I'm at a party, like it's like I'm gonna drink until I'm the last one. You know what I mean? Like I'll be the last one. And one of the times I got real shit faced and blacked out was at my grandmother's 90th birthday party. No, she's still alive. We're about to celebrate 100th this year. So this was 10 years ago.
Damn.
So I'm trying to think how drunk I'm going to get at the 100th, because at the 90th,
you gotta throw
I was a
down.
fucking train wreck. Yeah, I know. And sadly on boxed wine.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, it's a Northeast Pennsylvania. Like, we were at like an American Legion. This place will be nicer for the 100th, but for the 90th, we were like, fuck you.
Oh, if you don't, yeah. You're not true white trash unless you've been hammered at an American Legion.
Oh my god. In their auxiliary room, you know.
Yeah, this would have been if it were at like a Sizzler or a Chuckarama or something.
Yeah. But yeah, I
What
drank.
kind of box wine was it?
It was a pink.
Okay.
It was a blush.
So, right. Oh
I think
It was like boxed wine. Like, here's the sad thing: my mom loves white Zinfandel, which is a boxed wine flavor.
Yeah.
Loves it. It's which is like a pinkish boxed wine. It tastes like salad dressing. Yeah. She came out here like years ago, like a couple of years after I moved out. And we took her to a restaurant, and they had Zinfandel. Zinfandel is a red wine.
Yeah.
You know, and she was like, "Oh, I have a glass of Zinfandel." And the lady comes back with Zinfandel, which is dark. My mom goes, "Oh, I ordered the Zinfandel." And the lady's like, "That's what this is." She was like, "Is it supposed to be like pink?" And I'm like, "You've been drinking boxed wine. Like, we take you out one time, you order off the wine list for real one time, and you're like, can I see what kind of box this comes in? Because I feel like you gave me the wrong wine."
I did that with Hennessy once.
Really?
Where I was like, because you know how Hennessy, you're supposed to warm it in a snifter, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know
so
anything about that.
I went to some fancy.
Not that fancy.
Yeah, well, neither was I. Apparently, I was just drinking it the way that the urban community drinks it.
I've drunk it with at a black guy party. That's about
A black guy party?
Yeah, I was a guy who was a party and he was black.
Oh, I thought you were saying like it was a
Just
theme.
be like, I drank that at Dan's party.
Yes, us whites get together and we pretend to be black.
I was like, are you sure this is a thing you want to talk about?
No, I just ended up in a journey of cocaine. I ended up at this all black party, and I was the only white dude there.
Oh, nice.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, so you weren't really invited there. You just kind of like.
I went there with the guy in Virginia who sold me cocaine, who was a black guy, and then I ended up partying with
like
four lesbians.
Nice.
Oh,
were they lesbians also black?
Yes, they were.
Good.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes,
and they
were.
loved the shit out
Yes,
of me.
they were,
It was
Your
so
Honor.
much fun.
They answered.
That's the first time I had a lot of Hennessy. And no, I didn't warm it.
Yeah.
I didn't know you
Yeah.
warmed Tennessee.
My mom told me first, but then also I went to this fancy restaurant and I was stupid. I was like 21, so I was just like, I'll have a Hennessy and Coke. And the guy was like, what? And I'm like, a Hennessy and Coke? And he's like, okay. I'm like, well, what? And he's like, you are supposed to warm. We serve our Courvoisier warmed by the glass. And I'm like, I don't want that. I want it over ice with a Coke so I can drink it quicker.
Right.
Like, it's just, why would you enjoy alcohol? That's what I don't get either. It's just like, just drink it and then you can get to point B, which is asleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, or drunk enough to have sex with literally anything that comes near you.
I never got to that stage. I would just cry. I got
that's
to
fair.
cry and I got to rage. And then, like, for the first couple of months, like, I saw, you guys know Godfrey, the comic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of the first times I got drunk, I went and saw Godfrey. And it was, like, one of the only good times I remember being drunk. 'Cause it
Really?
was so fucking funny. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's fair. He's
Yeah.
fucking funny.
I'm sorry, these answers are
He's still
disgusting.
married. Well, I can't help you. I ran out of raid. And
Don't bring a woman into this situation.
And
Yeah,
then you
so-
adjust your boobs. Just
Yeah,
be
just to
woman.
let everyone know that I
Woman.
deserve. I deserve
woman.
better. I deserve better.
Did you post about abortion today?
No, because it's my social media, my choice. I'm gonna kill myself. All right,
That was disgusting.
That was fucking awful.
Yeah. No, I just like,
I feel pretty bad about that.
Can anyone explain to me why they're surprised that Alabama did what they did?
absolutely
No.
not.
It's the most Alabama shit I've ever heard.
I was trying,
Yes.
and Missouri
Also,
did it.
it's never gonna be anyone else.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Yeah, it's Supreme Court ruled, obviously, against it a long time ago. So Alabama's just going to do some fucked up Alabama shit because it's fucking Alabama.
yeah.
When Missouri just did it, and I was trying to explain, my wife was like, I'm so scared that it would be, and I'm like, first of all, we live in California.
This is the bluest
Like,
of blue.
They probably were saying the same shit when California decriminalized weed. Like, it's the same flop. They're just,
right.
you know, it's these people, like, it's horrible, but it's also like you have to, like, they're like, the men pass the law, and it's like, yeah, but behind those men passing the law, there's a whole state of people that believe the same shit.
I think a lot of
men
the women in Alabama probably would want that law.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that they're like,
Yeah.
don't kill babies.
Yeah,
I think it's
Like that they're still looking at it as that, where it's like, that's fine.
It's very Christian
Alabama
rooted.
I did
Yeah,
I was
for sure.
in Birmingham. I did a show there
Oh,
last
yeah.
summer.
The big city?
Yeah. But the people of Birmingham were telling me that they're like, because it's the most liberal part of the state.
It's the only liberal part
Yeah.
of the
Well, it's the only liberal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's that they were like, yeah, like the rest of the state, like for a while, like the interstate didn't go into Birmingham. Like you couldn't access the city because they didn't want people going, and they were telling all the other people in this, like in the state, being like, Birmingham, like there's drugs and there's violence and there's so much, you know, and like you go there and everyone's like, hey man, what's up? Oh, is that
Birmingham's
your
got a really low
husband and you're a
crime rate,
man?
too.
No one gives a shit, you know. That's what?
But they got a really low crime rate. But I
Yeah.
mean, that's how it's like.
It's super clean, but like the entire state, like according to these Birmingham residents that I was talking to, like the rest of Alabama kind of makes it. The other parts of the state like think that Birmingham's so terrible. So it's like,
yeah, it's like
Birmingham would be the
propaganda.
only one that would be affected by that abortion law.
Yeah.
I think Birmingham geographically is closer to Atlanta, though, right? Or Georgia, right? So it's like they could probably just hop, skip, and a jump over to
Yeah, yeah. They're like
Georgia.
Birmingham's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's fucking sucked to have to drive like that to get done what needs to be done, I suppose.
Well, it's not like
but-
you're having. It's not like you're in labor.
That's a good point. Yeah, I know. That's a
You know, it's not like you're like, oh my God, kill it before it comes out. Like,
Yeah. No, well, that's what I was telling her.
hurry up.
What I was telling her was, I was like, look, these people sincerely still believe that a book dictates most of their life.
Sure.
And that it's like, so it's just like, yeah, that's how they grew up, is like all of these crazy storybook laws. No offense to anybody who's religious. Storybook laws are more important than the way that people think. So it's just these urges and all this stuff. They're not preaching safe sex. They're preaching abstinence. So
To be
it's just-
fair, if you've ever driven through any of Alabama, everyone there is so ugly they probably shouldn't be.
I
fucking
would
anyway.
not have sex with any of them. No.
They're-
And I
would-
was just driving through Alabama a couple weeks
I've
ago.
never stopped. I literally had some guy look at me like,
I saw a car.
like, what
I
are
told
you?
you I saw
Why
a
you
car
so
accident
purty?
happen
I'm
there.
like,
Yeah, it's fucking
for here
terrifying.
I'm gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh no, you could clean up in Alabama.
Oh yeah, I would have sex with all the troll women.
I mean, but the thing you'd have to do is that you'd have to marry them, fill them with your seed, impossible, and then you divorce them, and then that's how you have like a harem of women.
Harem.
That sounds like a Utah thing.
That does feel, yeah, I know.
Very Mormon-y.
There's
They
no,
go to all the FLDS women go to Costco and shit.
I don't know what that means.
It's like the
Future business leaders of America.
crazy. It's so LDS is Latter-day
Church of Latter-day
Saints.
Saints.
Oh,
So
nice.
the Mormon women who live on the communes that are still practicing polygamy, they all dress in those like bonnet dresses
Yeah.
that are floor length.
Right.
And have like the hair that's the bigger the hair, the higher up in the chain the women are, and they're all wives. I swear to God.
That I didn't know.
Swear
No,
to
I didn't
God.
know
Well,
that
no,
either.
you have
That's
all the
great.
facts for Utah.
They go
yeah.
to Costco, and it's just like, so you see
Great
them
deals
at
there,
Costco.
man.
I love the idea of a woman.
Jesus
that
is
looks
not
like
going to
Marge
stop me from a
Simpson.
great deal.
It's-
Yeah, right? That's what I
Well,
pictured
it's
too.
like,
God, the queen of the wives.
well, so they go to Costco, and it's just like, in my head, I'm like, you either get to dress like that, or you get to go to Costco. You don't get both.
Oh, do we have a German Baptist in my hometown in Ohio? German
Yes,
Baptist,
it's similar. Yeah.
same thing. They are Amish, but lazy. Like they have cars, they can watch TV,
Yeah, same shit.
and they live in normal houses.
Yeah.
And like they're allowed to have one flip phone per family.
I don't know how
But they trust
One
all-
flip phone a family?
per family. So in other words, like, be like, bring out the phone, and they unlock a box, and there's a flip phone, so they can make phone calls.
I don't know how strict.
I feel covered in ants just by that statement. It might be the room, but
I don't know how strict Orthodox Jews are in terms of the technology that they use.
I know Sundays is when they can't, or Saturdays they
yeah.
can't do shit.
But can they do everything else?
I believe.
Okay, because
They just have to look ridiculous while they do it.
I mean, I'm from Pennsylvania. Like, I deal with Amish people.
yeah. Well,
You know,
Oh yeah,
the
you've
same-
still got the fucking Amish
they always
up there.
Yeah.
At least Orthodox Jews look presentable. They look very fancy, and
They
then
do.
you see
They have nice hats.
yeah,
They do.
They look like they're always going to like a jazzy opera. And
There's like Bruce Wayne's parents.
yeah, and
Yeah, they look like they're about to get murdered in an alley.
like it's their
My
like
pearls.
It's my
like
pearls.
they would have tails on their suits.
Yeah.
There's nothing like tails.
Have you ever seen them in person? I've never seen somebody with tails.
If you go to West Hollywood, every now and again, a guy's wearing tails and like short shorts.
Yeah, I feel like I've only seen it in like a dance recital kind of way, and I was probably wearing them.
Yeah, no one wears tails now unless it's for gay stuff.
It's awesome. It's great. Yeah, dig deep into the arts. You'll see
tails.
it. You'll see it.
You'll see tails.
You'll see someone with a monocle and a top hat and tails, like sitting in a black box theater, being like, "This is the best rendition of Tennessee Williams."
Why is that? It's always fat talk. Okay, so you punch somebody in the face. You punch your ex in the face. Have you spoken to this ex since?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay. So
Was
that
it,
was like
was it the redhead?
yeah.
as long as you guys date.
Over 5 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
How long after you punched him in the face?
Did we break up?
Yeah.
2 months.
2 months?
Mm.
That could be a potential correlation.
Yeah. No. I think that's a lot of it. No. Yeah. That's one I don't remember.
After my ex punched me in the face, I left 2 months later.
Yeah. It's fine.
I mean,
I was telling you about my grandmother.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
100th birthday that you're gonna get
Yeah.
fucked up.
On boxed wine.
Well, her 100th birthday. I want to know what I'm going to do because on her 90th, we had a party. The family, like, extended family, whatever. It started at like 1 in the afternoon. We were at like an American Legion that was like right by where my grandmother lived, and I was drinking boxed wine because the only other option was Coors Light because it's Pennsylvania, and I was like,
You're sponsored by them.
Yeah, I was like, I'm 25 years old. I am above this, So I drank boxed wine all day long, and it was fine until, like, boxed wine. Like, I'm great on wine until the moment you stop. That's the thing that bothers me with wine. Beer, I can go for a while, and I don't usually black out. Like,
Yeah.
but wine is like the darkness drink for me. That I'll go somewhere and then I'll just black out, and it gets real bad. My parents, I guess, asked me. I was with a different person I was dating. The guy I was dating at the time, he was at my grandmother's thing. He was hammered. My dad noticed it and was like, and my mom noticed it. So they're like, well, he's not driving. They're like, Ellen, like, can you drive? And my mom was like, and you just turned and your face was just like completely fucked. And you were like, if you want me to. And she's like, I was like, holy shit. When did Ellen get this drunk? Like, because I was so drunk. I had clearly been blacked out for like an hour and a half, just still partying at a 90-year-old person's birthday party. And so my parents, who are divorced, mind you, but are friends. But so these are the trials and tribulations of what they have to do since they have children together. They carried me out of the American Legion, carried me, and then 2 arms on either side of my parents carried me like across the parking lot to like where my grandmother was. And apparently I sang to them the entire time.
Yes, you did. Yeah, of course you did.
I sang to them. My mom was like, I was so mad at you, and your dad was so mad at you, and we were like, what the fuck happened to Ellen? She was like, but we just kept laughing because you just kept being like, I love my mom and dad. La, da, da, da. Because it was like,
would have been if they got
what
back
a drunk
together.
piece of shit. This is your child. Yeah. Drag me to the car, place me in something. And then the worst thing was that, so the guy I was dating at the time was like, was trying to drive, and he was like, I could drive, Ellen. And of course, my father was like, yeah, fucking driving, but you're drunk. And my daughter's hammered. I forget how I get home. And then my brothers were like going to go to a diner. And my cousin, who is from a different side of the family, was coming to meet us. And he had a girlfriend that he was introducing us to. And in between the ride home and meeting my cousin, I apparently puked all over myself. Which no, I mean First of all, I will throw up on myself like 6 beers in. Like, if I'm like, I'm gonna have a hangover, I'll just like make myself throw up. But it's like in a blackout, like I puked all over myself. It was like in my hair, and I apparently walked out. I heard that my brother was going to get food, and I was like, after I puked, I was like, oh, I need food. I need food so bad, like, because now my belly's empty, but it's still got a lot of wine in there. So all I have is this box table wine. So I ran out of the house, and I was like, wait, Patrick, don't, like, take me to the diner with you. And my cousin was there with this girl that I'd never met, vomit covered in my hair. I wasn't wearing pants. I was just wearing, I had apparently taken my pants off, so I was just wearing like a tank top. And I was like, take me to the diner with you. I want food. Disgusting, like a train wreck of a person. And the thing that's so sad about it is that I put pants on and went to the diner with them.
Yeah, okay.
They did.
Like, I was like, what? This is a family of enablers.
I like to reiterate that this was your grandmother's 90th
90th
birthday.
And she has lived for another 10 years, and we're going to. So, no, I am. The 90th, I got shit-faced. But I mean, like, what are you doing? It's like there's nothing. It's just like, it's an old person party. You know, and now she's been describing her 100th birthday party to me because it's more formal, where it's like it's a sit down meal. I mean, I think we had a meal at the other one. I don't know, but it's at a nicer place. So, which means that the booze is going to be top shelf, and I'm going to get way drunk.
Oh, for sure.
It's a nicer bathroom to take my pants off and throw up and be like, someone take me to get French fries.
I have yet to go.
Give me another creme de menthe. Another creme de menthe.
The creme de menthe. Yeah.
I wanted Pim's cup. Give me another Pim's cup.
Oh my God. I would destroy Pim's. Yeah, that would be great. I would destroy Pim's cup. Yeah. Oh, if I was drinking like vodka, holy shit, it'd be so trash so soon. But my grandmother, she's like, for the 100th, she was asking like my aunt. She was like, I don't have to go around. There's 130 people coming to this party.
Damn.
Yeah. Like I was like, if I had a party right now, I don't have that many friends, and I am 35.
Yeah.
Like, I was like,
That's
so
fair. Imagine if you're 100, you've had time.
They're all dead.
No, that's a really good point.
They're all
Is
dead.
she gonna raise the dead?
She has no family left. Her husband is dead. Yeah, they're all dead.
My
Her
grandma's-
children are in their like late 60s. Like they're all dead.
My grandma is like that. My grandma saw me at the mall once and ignored me because she was with her friends. So
Really?
like she, first of all, we were supposed to have lunch with her that day, and so she didn't want to have lunch because she said she was sick. And then my wife and I were like, okay, whatever, we'll go to the mall. We see her at the mall with her friend pushing her around in her wheelchair, and I go, hi, Yaya. And she fucking ignored me.
I love that. That's the type of old person I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's hilarious.
Yeah, she's shit.
I'm very.
I
was
she
raised.
lied about being sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my grandmother's so old that like she's like, I have friends that are coming to my party, but you know they might not. They're invited, but they might not make it because they're kind of sick. Like they're getting older. They're like 78, which is old.
Yeah.
My grandmother's 100, and it's like 78. It's like those are more like. That's like her going to hang out with like my dad's coworkers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would be like if you.
It's so
that
far
would be like
removed.
if you made
just
friends
get
with a
to-
12-year-old right now.
Yeah, it's like you just get to like a certain point in your life where you're just like, whatever, I just want to talk.
Yeah.
Everyone's dead from my generation. Do you relate to me? Do you at least remember before the microwave? Great. Then we're friends.
The
Then we'll connect
radio?
on that.
Do you
Yeah,
remember listening to the radio?
Remember when they made sliced bread?
that's right. Do you remember before they made sliced bread? Yeah.
We had to
Remember
cut
shitting
it.
in an outhouse? Is that something you've experienced?
My grandfather told me, he's 93, and he was telling me the story of, it was terrible. Johnsville didn't have any plumbing. And then New Lebanon came along and said, hey, we got plumbing, and now we have plumbing. And I was like, what? The fuck?
It is crazy how their lives just shifted in a simple way where someone's just like, the town over has plumbing, and we were like,
They were 2
Hey,
mile
maybe
by
that-
1 mile towns.
Yeah.
Little tiny towns. And
Yeah.
they both went, well, we can poop in pipes. Do you want to poop in pipes? And then they combined.
yeah, and then they were like, they're like pouring like a bucket of shit out their window into like the street, and they're like, yeah.
This would be better. This would be better.
We don't need to. I just got myself a new shit bucket, though, so it feels like a waste of money if I don't use it.
I'm just waiting until this shit bucket wears
That's
out,
right.
then I'll commit.
I'm going to have to go back to, like, rinsing off fruit in it. It just seems, it seems like I've used... You don't want to use it backwards
I'm
now.
going to have to go back to bed, basin, and beyond.
Bed basin. Oh! Whoop!
Yes! Oh, man.
Yes, Travis, you need sound effects over there for when people...
I'm ordering a soundboard
Are
because
you?
I've got my podcast.
Because there's a lot of people that need to shut it out.
Yeah, the podcast I do with Bruno is absurd, and I just I constantly do sound effects constantly. So I'm just gonna have a little board here where I just go and all kinds of fucking terrible stuff.
You should have a drum machine. Have you seen Jeremiah Watkins' podcast?
Oh yeah,
He's
his
like
stuff's
all these
intense.
fancy shit. Yeah,
I wanted to get a board similar to his, but program because he's got the color pads,
Yeah.
and I wanted to hook that up.
it's pretty easy. You
It's
just
not
get a
that hard,
machine.
yeah. They're kind of a bit expensive, but fuck it, I'm gonna get one. Why
Yeah,
not?
you could just get the machine things. It comes with the program for like $150.
It's not too bad
Yeah.
to annoy the shit out of every guest I ever have.
Yes. No, it's fantastic. Have you heard? Do you listen to the Bonfire?
No.
Do you listen to the Bonfire with Big J Okerson and Dan Soder? They basically like go off on tangents about everything, and it's fucking amazing. But then like they'll do a sound effect, and and then the guest is like, yeah. So anyway, I'm in this movie, and they're like, movies. Do you remember about the movie? So you do that. So you still. We're here to tell you about your drinking problem and hopefully save your soul. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, it's so funny that because here's the thing is that I can tell you about me being drunk, which is a lot, which happens a lot, which like I love having fun. I get to points where like a show I did, like a reality show that I work on, I was in Texas for like 3 years, like not consecutively, but like the show was 3 years, and I was apparently people thought that me and my one friend were always like were competing for like who could stay up the latest. We were just both drunks. I could drink Miller Lite until 7 o'clock in the morning, go and take a shower and go to work and record sound and make reality
Jesus
TV. Like
Christ.
it's not a problem. Some people would fall asleep because they bring whiskey into the mix, and it's like that's gonna put you down. I can drink light beer forever, and I just get louder and I dance. And it's silly. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just very jovial. Wine is going to black me out at a certain point. Whiskey, I can't. Whiskey will kill me. Vodka, I'm fine with, actually. I can do vodka for a little bit. I'll get drunk, but, like, I'll stop with the threshold with it. But the thing is that you can tell me that I have a drinking problem, and I will agree with you, but I passed a sobriety test less than 12 hours ago. Like, so
I don't
I'm
actually
pretty
believe you
much
have a drinking problem.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that would be so funny if that was a thing. So I'm like, wow, that'd be hilarious. That was the point of the podcast. They'll like tell us about your worst story. Like, hey, you have a problem. And
Hey,
it's like,
just so you know.
But last night, I'm definitely gonna keep drinking for a little while just because I won last night. That's my point. Like,
Why-
Yeah, you
if
won.
you can do
You
it,
won,
and
yeah.
then wait, because most people I know were like, yeah, I can't go and then just go do work. If you can do that, then why the fuck would you not do it more? Like, why
Yeah.
the fuck would you not continue? I would absolutely, if I weren't a piece of fucking shit when I drank, I would absolutely be drinking still.
do you not drink?
No, I've been sober for 4 years.
I know it was some weird catch. No, I just
It's
want to
not-
hear
but-
about these stories.
Because I've got a
This is
ton
like
of
fucking
them.
porn for you.
I've got a ton of them. It's the best. So I have several of those stories, and I just don't want them to be me being like, okay, so New Orleans 2007. You know what I mean? I want to have people
I want to have
on.
other people
Yeah.
around so that
Yeah.
it's not.
So that yeah.
I've shit in someone's yard because I was drunk, but I wasn't blacked out.
So you well at least you're.
I didn't realize I was like in the yard because we were like in a quarry, but it was like it was a total Pennsylvania like bonfire party. So we're like in the woods, but it was like by this quarry, and so I was like, oh, like I'll wander out here because I pee outside all the time. I grew up in the mountains, like that's what we do.
Hill people.
Hill people, yeah. Like if so, I have like if fourth wall, if you guys are doing a show and I can't get to the bathroom, I've many a times gone out and just like peed by the truck, like which is so gross. And I'm always like, this is your weird mountain roots. But like I was at this party where we're drinking by this fire, and I'd like keep wandering off to pee outside because like people I think there was like probably a kid around, or like people passed out inside. So I was like, I didn't want to go inside to wake people up. So I was like, I could pee outside. I am a grown woman. And then the one time I went and, it's like I'm squatting down, but I had to pee real bad and I pushed real hard and it's all the same muscles. So I kind of cat turded like onto the ground. And I mean, it's like, and you started. And so you're like, well, now I have to make sure. So it's like, so then I double cat turded down, like the first one was an accident, but the second one was like, well, now you've taken a shit. It's like, you should at least like just poop. Yeah, just keep pooping. Exactly. Right.
Why half poop when you might?
Yeah. Like, it's like, I don't want to, that feels gross, it feels gross too, because I don't remember what I like kind of like took care of it with. So probably the next day I just had like my cheeks smashed together. But when I woke up the next day, I realized that I had shit in their yard. I thought I was like deep in the quarry, but it was like in their front yard. Like it was so late in the night, like we were all drinking at this point. Like I did not wander that far at all. And I was like, all right, I got in my car and was like, you're never talking to these people again. And it was like a friend of a friend. So I was like, just never go back. It clearly looks like,
oh,
because
Grown woman.
the cat shit has like a little curly thing, but humans can kind of make it, and it's not a dog, so it's like when they see that, they're gonna be like, that is that fucking drunk girl taking a dump in my yard and drinking my delicious Miller Lite. She has a drinking problem. I'm like, no, I have a wiping problem.
Oh, fuck.
I was driving, when you take the exit off of Silver Lake and you go like around that little loop into Filipino Town.
Yeah.
So it says Filipino Town. There was a woman there and I thought she was just sitting down and she was just yelling. And so she's yelling at everybody driving by. And then I look over and I go, oh, she's taking a shit. She thinks...
You can't make it known when you're doing it. You got to just be like,
we're like entering her bathroom. So like that's how out of her mind. So she was just going, ah, and just shitting directly in front of the Filipino town sign.
I've done most of the drugs.
Yeah,
what fucking drug makes you do that?
Alcohol.
yes.
I guess, yeah.
Lots
That's
of
fair.
alcohol.
Really?
And then
Like-
pushing the wrong muscles.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
I had an ex get us kicked out of like the good graces of some people who got us into a VIP section of a Vegas club because she ruined the party by shitting in the hotel where everybody was hanging out in, because she went to pee and they were giving us mountains of cocaine and they're like, yeah, you'll be our guests and stuff. And we're like, yeah, this is great. We're hanging out with them and they have tons of money. It was in Vegas.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to this club and you guys can sit VIP with us, no worries. And then she went in because these girls were getting ready, and then she's like, oh, I just have to pee. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And then she shut the door, and then she's like, I accidentally shit. And so then the whole...
What do you mean accidentally shit? She's in the bathroom.
Yeah, I know. But then the whole hotel started...
Because her dump smelled so bad.
Yeah, that's an aggressive
She had
dump.
such a...
It
Yeah.
immediately shifted the mood to where they were like, somebody overstepped their boundaries. And it got increasingly more weird, because the girls had to go finish their makeup in this bathroom, and then
that's not good.
and we're doing coke, so like you're sniffing the and it didn't dissipate, and then
Well,
just
usually
by the
cocaine
end-
will kill the smells a little bit.
by the end of the night, they're like, yeah, the booth is going to be $200 for both of you, and we're like, okay, we're just going to go in through the normal entrance, and they're like, yeah, all right, see you later.
Jesus.
And so
Oh, my
it was
God.
never confirmed.
This is your now wife?
No.
Oh, okay. I
never-
was like, you married a girl with the worst asshole on the planet that actually shuts parties down.
It was
Say, who
it
goes
was
to a
very
party
Did
with
you
a
break
deuce
up
on
over
deck?
that? Because I think that's a great reason.
No, we broke up over many other things. She threw a cell phone at my face once. She also bit a hole through my cheek. So
Jesus.
she was.
She's still single? I love her.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not into it.
She'll bite your labia minora off.
Minora, Majora, whatever.
Either of them. Yeah.
Who knows
She
where all the
knows-
parts
She knows
are.
all the
I think
geography.
minora is the little ones on the inside. I think, and the majora is the outside.
Just based on.
Don't
the
ever
Latin.
fucking mansplain vaginas.
I don't know. I was just saying. I think. I don't know for sure.
I think.
Do you need?
No,
I
you
just,
looked at me. You're
I
like,
just go
oh, and
down
actually,
there and you know what I mean. I never. I don't take time.
I don't
get
need to know the
it.
parts. I just get in there.
Just the almanac of vagina,
Right.
as written by Travis.
Yeah, exactly. This is the part you go on, and then this is the part where you go on. You know? I don't know what else they do.
No, we were at a show on Halloween, and she was really drunk, and I went to whisper something to her, and she just she thought I was flirting with somebody else, so she just turned and she bit a hole directly
How in the
through my
fuck
cheek.
is that a
Nice.
good way to respond?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna try it.
So
I'm gonna find a man. And I'm gonna try it.
I mean, if he's into you enough, I guess it's one of those things where it's.
How long did you stay together? How long after she bit your fucking face?
3 or 4 months.
Yeah, that's about right.
I
I would have done the same thing.
I still have a scar on my face from the fucking cell phone. So it was a cell phone I paid for, and she just hurled it at my face.
I mean, I like him crazy too, bro.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah,
nuts.
It was nuts. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we have to start the mic in like a couple minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, this was the funnest. Did you have fun?
This was fun. Yeah.
Do you feel satisfied with your stories? Did you leave anything on the table that you didn't want to leave on the table?
Why are you editing this?
Nope.
We just like
There's
to know what
nothing-
will
yeah.
be.
You want to plug some stuff?
If anyone wants to be my friend, you just call me.
Her name's
You can follow me on
Ellen.
Instagram at thisbrokenadult. You can go to ellendoylecomedy.com and find out where I'm performing. You could also buy me drinks whenever you want and see where the fun takes you. You know, maybe I'll black out. Maybe I'll shit in your yard. You know what I mean? Maybe it's my grandmother's party and I don't know why
she'll come
you're
to
there.
your grandmother's party.
Yeah. You know, maybe I'll punch you in the face, but like, it'll be sexy.
She's available for booking at grandmother's parties.
At grandmother's, also at grandmothersparties.com.
I don't know.
Oh man, I might need to get that domain.
I was going to say, I don't know if you have that IP yet, but if you do, that's a fantastic one.
Right?
If you have the domain, then that would be a beautiful domain to have.
Yeah.
That would disappoint people because they would be expecting somebody else.
Yeah, they're like,
or
oh,
something-
perfect. Someone
something
finally
else.
putting together my grandma's party, and they're just like, oh, it's just
Would you
it's
do-
just a girl being like, do you need someone to fuck up a party? Is your grandmother living too long? Ah, my grandmother lives too long.
You could have a
Let
service
me
where like
dump on her cake. You know.
you have,
on
a, s-
the cake.
you have a service where people are drunk alcoholics, and then you become more of a drunk alcoholic at the party. So by comparison, they
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I
See
kind
'em
of don't
together.
mind being like, because I don't always go that far with alcohol.
Yeah.
And there are times that I do, and there's plenty of stories that I have that are, I wouldn't say plenty. There's a handful that are like embarrassing that I like had to sit down and be like, all right, what the fuck's going on? But it's usually triggered by like some other emotional.
Yeah.
You know, I think like your bad choices in alcohol usually are like, because you're like, oh, like I'm fucking going through this thing, and so I'm gonna go get drunk because I'm fucking going through this thing, and then
Yeah.
it's like that's just making. Then you're like, I could fix it, you know, and you're
Yeah.
like, no, what have
And
you
then
done?
somebody's like, "Do you need a taxi?" I'm like, "You fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
What do you? You know me?
I don't need anybody because I figured it out. Yeah, like you're just a fucking
I'm
asshole.
the valet.
But
What's
most
wrong
of the
with
time,
you?
I'm just like a very, very fun, you know, because I don't do it every day. Like I feel like I have control.
I
over
don't.
it. I
Think you
did
have-
go.
That's not what this podcast is, by the way.
No,
not
I'm-
trying to
I'm making
entrap
sure-
you. I'm not trying to
No.
entrap you into admitting you have a problem.
No. No, I do have a problem. We all have a problem.
That's true, but that's
That's why we're hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
That's I know, but I'm not going to stop because something needs to kill me. Maybe it's a DUI.
You
Maybe
go-
I hit a baby and then I feel bad about it and someone shoots me in the face. Like
That
you know
baby
what I mean?
shouldn't have been in the road.
I don't know what the baby's doing. I
Yeah,
can't
what are
even
these
walk.
fucking road babies?
These road babies are shutting down my cool.
Getting out of hand,
yeah.
man.
That would be a fun way to find out, though. Like it'd be like a TLC documentary where at the beginning of this podcast, it's like, this week, my fellow comedian Ellen Doyle, her incredibly heart-wrenching story, and then it's just like I shit in someone's lawn and on my grandmother's cake.
You have a cat turd on a lawn?
You have a cat turd on a lawn? I'm a great time at parties.
Harrowing, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I have a
Harrowing.
problem. Yes,
Yes, you do. Yeah.
tune in. Well, this was the shit.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Okay.
I'm sorry I came late, and I'm glad it kind of was it was awkward, which is what I like, to be like, we've already started. I'm
No,
like,
it's
hello,
fine.
I'm
Yeah, I
crazy, and
figured
I
I'd-
passed the sobriety test last night. Let's talk drinking.
Was this one of your favorites to be on? I like to compete with other podcasts.
Actually, this is probably one of my favorites. This is fun. Though I like
Did you
doing it
hear
with
that?
Travis because Travis and I are
yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
French.
We share a storage unit.
Oh, that's fun.
My chair is in our unit.
Oh yeah, you told me.
My
about
chair is in her unit. Yes.
that. Somebody made fun of you about going to the gay club and bragging about getting flirted with, and they walked up and they go, Travis at the other location goes, yeah, when I go, they're always on me like flies on shit.
I've never said
Why
that.
does he sound like,
That does sound like you.
It
Why does
sounds
he
like
sound
me,
like
but I've
Harry
literally
Carey?
never said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the moon made of cheese whiz? What the fuck?
All right.
Crazy.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah,
You're
thank
the
you.
best, and I hope to be with you for 10 more years.
Yeah.
Well, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.